Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading for July 23rd through the 31st. I'm going to be taking a look at the person on your mind, how you feel about them, how they feel about you, the connection between the two of you. I will be clarifying each card so energies can change as I clarify. Now this is general and it may not resonate for everyone. If it does, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel as it helps me to pick up on your energy for all future reads. Now at the end of your reading, I will be pulling an oracle message for you from the Spirit Messages Oracle deck to give us some more insight, guidance, and clarification on your situation. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. For Scorpio, show me the person on their mind, how they feel about them, and how this person feels about Scorpio, and the connection between the two of them. How does Scorpio feel about the person on their mind? How do they feel about Scorpio and the connection between the two of them? All right. The overall energy to your reading is the Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of evaluating your situation and their situation. You're looking at the things from one view, they're looking at them from another. I also see waiting here. There was waiting, but there's also still this kind of waiting to move on, waiting to just get over the situation, waiting for whatever the case may be. However, the connection between the two of you is the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Wands in reverse here. So in this connection, someone was definitely, like a player, very inconsistent with the other person, but I'm getting that you both feel this way about each other, and that you're more focused on your stability, wealth, things of that, love, being independent. I'm not going to settle down, and they felt that way as well. So it's coming off that you two are mirroring each other in the connection here. However, the feelings for one another are showing up something different than what the connection is saying in just that. So for you, you have the Page of Swords, the Two of Wands in reverse, and the Lovers. So you're cautious about this person. You were just blunt about, I don't think I can choose you. Maybe you're in a relationship with somebody else for some of you, because I'm getting two stories here that some of you are in a relationship with someone else, that you're in a union and you're committed to this love relationship. Others of you, it's that you were cautious about this person. You two are not communicating. You felt like this person could not make a decision when it came to a relationship with you. And so it was inconsistent. And for you, it felt like sometimes you two were together and other times it felt like you weren't. So Page of Swords, that Two of Wands in reverse, and the Lovers. Okay. So for them, how they feel about you is they feel hurt. Their heart is guarded here. They're moving on from you. They feel like you're a liar, you're a cheat, they can't trust you. And so that's, even though they're like, I'm moving on, they're kind of sneaking back to, I still feel hurt, so I'm not letting go of that, so I'm waiting. And that's where that part of that Seven of Pentacles comes in for them. Is that they're like, you know what? I'm not going to let Scorpio back in. I'm moving on. I'm done. I want things to be better. But then they're deceiving themselves because they're sneaking back to, maybe I'll wait to see if Scorpio reaches out. Maybe I'll wait and see if Scorpio says something. Maybe I'll just wait. Or they're finding it hard to let go as well because they keep going back to that hurt. And it's kind of like a cycle. They keep going back to this karmic cycle of feeling that hurt and putting another wand in the ground to reinforce and secure themselves from feeling hurt, but not letting go and moving on like they tell themselves they are. So that Nine of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is what comes out for their feelings for you. So let's go ahead and start clarifying, and we are going to start with that Page of Swords here. You're very cautious of this person, and you felt the need to put up your defenses like this person wasn't good for you. You kept trying to learn more from them, and you felt like you weren't getting clear communication, like there was this break constantly in communication about where you two were going, and you know, if you're an item, are we in a relationship, is it going to be just us, whatever. And so you felt the need that you needed to set certain boundaries. The Emperor is at the bottom of the deck, so you know, you're like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to put myself in a position to act foolish and naive and be like, oh, okay, that's fine. So we have the Seven of Wands, we have the Page of Swords, and then we have the Four of Swords. I get that, you know, you also went to the extent of telling this person just very bluntly, you know, we need to break up. This isn't working out, because I'm learning that every time I try and ask you something, you get very defensive as well. So that made you also in this fight or flight mode of whenever they were defensive or they couldn't give you clear communication and answers, you too put your walls up. And it's just because they don't trust you. I feel like they're bringing their baggage of all the hurt and pain that has happened in their life, in their current situation as well. And if there's something that happened between the two of you, they're not letting go of that. And so that's why they're not giving you that clear communication on what you two are. Are we in a relationship? Are we going to make this work? Let's go ahead and clarify that. Two of Wands in reverse. Ooh, very powerful, and it's very Scorpio of you the way that you handle this, because your decision is final here. You feel that this person really destroyed what you two were building, and you felt very alone and isolated. So you're trying to really manifest and create something different for yourself, which is a lot of strength, a lot more stability, a lot more consistency. And it could be that some of you are also ending up in that relationship with either a Gemini or a Leo is what's coming out heavily here. We also have Aries in that same, you know, in the cards here of the elements that are coming out heavily. So that Two of Wands in reverse is clarified by the Tower, the Five of Pentacles, and the Magician. And again, that Strength card at the bottom of the deck. But I do see that, you know, you're not stepping outside. Like, you're comfortable where you're at, and you're not going to change your mind here because you feel like everything was messed up. And sometimes you do miss this person, but you keep trying to hold on to the power you have and maintain that structure of, I can get through this. It's challenging, but I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm dedicated to getting over this person and moving on, which is very Scorpio energy of, I got this. And, you know, I might miss them, but I'm not going to tell them. They don't need to know. I'll just deal with it on my own, which is just fine. Let's go ahead and clarify the Lovers. You do have someone here. So I see you in a relationship with somebody else, and this person, it's pretty solid. I mean, you feel like you both want the same thing. Some of you are married to this new person here. There's a lot of love. You feel like they're very affectionate. They put their heart out there. They're also quite a romantic, like, like an artist with romance, and this person could either be somebody from your past, or it really feels like a past life love. It's something that creates a really good balance for you. The Two of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck right here. So you're finding a good balance with this person. And this is a new relationship here for you that you're definitely involved in. You're not worried about this other person who's trying to move on, but, you know, was inconsistent. You're like, I'm over that. And so your strength has led you to someone new here. Two of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Six of Cups that comes out. There's a lot of love that comes out here. So like I said, you both want the same thing. You want marriage, or you want a pretty stable relationship, just the two of you, putting your heart out there, sharing like your experiences from the past, but also feeling that your connection with this person feels like something where you've always known them. And you two might only be at that Two of Pentacles stage of, we're still getting to know each other, but it feels so right. And I haven't felt this way before. And I love that for you. So let's go ahead and clarify that Nine of Wands, for how this person feels about you. The Nine of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, the Justice card, the Hierophant, as well as the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck right here. They're really digging their feet in of how fast they're moving. They're not moving very fast to move on from you. So they're still feeling very hurt. Their walls are up, not really wanting to let you back into their life of love. Like, I want Scorpio, but it's more so that they are waiting for the truth from you because they feel that, you know, you're not learning some kind of lesson, some kind of spiritual lesson. And they want karma to teach you this lesson here. And so they are, you know, procrastinating on moving on from you until they get to see this lesson unfold, until they get this truth from you, even though they don't want to be together again. So let's go ahead and clarify that Six of Swords. It just keeps coming back to it. Okay, so as they're trying to move on and they're telling themselves, I'm going to move on from this. You know, I can't wait anymore for Scorpio. I might not get the answers. I've waited long enough. I'm going to move on. They're trying to celebrate the little moments here of, I'm moving on. I feel good about it. They start to create a good balance for themselves, and then they go right back to, I'm hurt. And so the World card is at the bottom of the deck that they keep... like, this cycle is not closed yet for them. They feel like there's still unfinished business here. So we have that Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and that Nine of Wands. So see how they keep going back? They are waiting for you to give them some truth here. Like, I knew you were in a relationship with somebody else, Scorpio, or I knew, you know, this, that, whatever it is that they're waiting for, they are waiting to hear that truth from you. And they might not get that truth from you, but they're like, you know what, forget it, I don't need the truth, I'm going to move on. And like I said, they go in a direction of progress, and then it gets to the point of, I'm hurt all over again. And it's because, you know, we have unfinished business. We have an incomplete cycle here that hasn't closed. So let's go ahead and clarify that Seven of Swords. The Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Swords, the Emperor, and the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. They keep deceiving themselves here that they're over you, that they're closing this chapter, but they still have unfinished business no matter what they tell themselves. They're deceiving themselves that they don't want to, Like, I don't need your help. I don't need to hear anything from you, because they're really hyper focused on the boundaries that you put in place, the fact that you told them certain things as well. That might not be for everyone, but it comes out that, Scorpio, you really let this person know, like, certain boundaries need to be in place because, you know, okay, we're done. Like, I'm done. We need to break up. This isn't working out. That's what's really bothering them still. And so they're like, I don't trust Scorpio. I don't want anything from Scorpio. I'm fine. But yet they're mad. They don't like how you said certain things. And that Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, they're still procrastinating of fully moving on here. So let's go ahead and get the outcome between you and this person. The Eight of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, as well as the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I see you more so like, I can't do this, but things happen really fast at first where they're feeling the pressure of, you know, the energy around them, like, just go for it, just go for it. But they're moving really slow. They start moving really slow all over again because they're like, all right, I'm going to do this. You know, I'm going to say what I need to say to Scorpio, or I'm going to just, you know, let go of it. They kind of go back and forth. And then they're trying to start a new beginning and jumping into that impulsively, even though they have not resolved the issues of what they feel here. And it puts them at a crossroads of where, like, their path is taking them. I'm also seeing that a lot of messages coming in here about, let's start over, can we talk? Because of their impulsivities get the best of them to just do that. And then they realize they're blocked or that you don't want to talk to them. So let's go ahead and get an oracle message for you. What do you want Scorpio to know about their reading here? You need to ignore what everyone else is doing and achieving. Your life is about breaking your own limits and outgrowing yourself to live your best life. You are not in competition with anyone else. Plan to outdo your past, not other people. Oh, I love that. That is great. And then we also have at the bottom of the deck, if you find yourself stuck in a situation you are unhappy with, ask yourself why you are still there. Is it fear of the unknown? Leaving toxic situations or people can be the best thing you could do for your soul and your spirit. Be fierce. I love that. So, Scorpio, this is what I have for you. If it resonates with your situation, go ahead and hit that like button. I will see you in your next reading coming up. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.